People of the internet, hello and welcome. My name is Mitsuda. I'm a forensic scientist who's a side character in a series of mystery novels. And welcome to the next episode of Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. I see we have a few people in chat who were not present yesterday, so I'm going to start off by just quickly recapping the plot thus far, not that there's a lot of it. As you'd probably be able to guess from the title, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 is a prequel to the Sherlock Holmes series. We are Sherlock Holmes. And we are here on the island of Cordona, which is where we grew up, apparently, to visit our mother's grave after missing the funeral. That's about the full extent of the plot thus far. We have solved a murder, but it was completely plot irrelevant, as these things usually are. And now, there's nothing left but to actually visit the grave itself and see if that doesn't start some actual plot. So, let's get right into it. Oh, Sherlock auto-runs when we're outside. I hadn't realized that before, since the game hasn't let us go outside yet. We are English, we burn in the sun quite severely.
May I ask for your assistance? There is no amount of money that would make me talk.
Right. Okay, if I unpin my evidence, can I buy a newspaper from you, or is that just purely decorative? That's just purely decorative, okay. What are your secrets, newspaper man? Yeah, I'd believe it. Okay, that's enough stalling for one day. Let's see, we need to go this way, but there is nothing that way. This gate is not open. This
Come on, Sherry. Why walk when we can ride?
Oh, right, also, I forgot. This is John. John is our friend. He also does not actually exist and is only a figment of Sherlock's imagination. It's certainly a plot decision.
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Oh boy, free taxis.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't
You're
remember
trying to convince Sherlock.
the funeral? Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. I couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
You're not really dead until there's nobody left who remembers
I
you.
thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
Got some evidence out of that. Got a bunch of flowers. And our memories of the funeral, which we can pin. Game, where are you going with this?
Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem.
Oh, Mycroft, what are you not telling us? John, you're part of my brain. Do you know
I thought you
anything?
wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft.
Okay. Guess there's nothing left but to look for the grave itself, unless there's something I'm missing. There's a figure of a crying angel on Mother's tombstone. Okay. My craft, our craft. There's enough craft to go around, don't
Is this
worry.
familiar to you?
Doesn't remind me of anything. Someone else can help better, sir.
Are you able to help me?
His Majesty came out of his palace. I know nothing.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Okay, we know Mycroft was freaked out by the... We know Mycroft was freaked out by something, but what now? The game's not letting me leave, so it's clearly something in here. Be very carefully exactly center it. It's fine, Walter. Things aren't really I mean, you may have noticed already, I have disabled the Twitch integration app after I have made absolutely no progress in actually fixing it, so...
The service was sparsely attended. Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then. I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything. It will get easier soon.
John, I'm not sure I trust you anymore.
Rest in peace, Mrs. Holmes.
Oh, John, what do you represent symbolically? That's what I'd like to know.
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here?
There's a lot you can tell about a man by his pocket watch. Rest in peace, Violet Holmes.
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother.
Now, the idea that Sherlock's mother was named Violet is a fairly common bit of extra-canonical Sherlockiana. Originally coming from, I believe, Baringgold's Sherlock Holmes of Baker Street, which in turn was inspired by the fact that Violet was the most frequently recurring woman's name in the Sherlock Holmes canonical material, and I believe also the first name of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's mother. Now you know, but knowing is half the battle. Okay. Watch, tell me your
This
secrets.
watch was a gift. My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently.
One lit
A
candle.
candle in a small puddle of wax. It cannot have been lit for more than half an hour.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
Yes.
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested?
You there, you're placed very deliberately. What do you know?
Are you able to help me?
It's funny when someone like you asks someone like me for help.
My goodness, you are rude. Well. Well, that would, that'd certainly explain it. My god, we have fall physics. Does that mean we have fall damage? I don't know.
This is excessive, Sherlock. Can you not let the mystery be?
Who do you think I am?
A man in fashionable shoes stood near the tomb. The size of the prints suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
Okay. What do we do with that information?
This is excessive, Sherlock. Can you not let the mystery be? You were about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
Gotta love those giant penny farthing bicycles. They're inherently humorous even in circumstances where we don't want that. Okay, so mysterious visitor left his bike here.
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
A portable easel was kept there.
Portrait, nice
The
and
hospital
convenient.
accounts. If memory serves, they're located at the far end of the cemetery around an old tree. I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults. At the very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercurio.
Mercurio. Not Mercutio, this is not that kind of story. And some paint.
It's stained with oil paint.
An artist working in a cemetery? Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
Okay.
Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft.
I want to talk to that guy, but there's nothing. Here's the tree. Now, what can we find here?
Oh, it's that ridiculous artist from the hotel.
Be
You.
nice, Sherry. Make friends.
Even if he does have stupid hair and stupid glasses.
Mr. Holmes,
Did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name. I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men.
Now,
Such
officially, as
scandal.
far as the public
It
are
was a
concerned, we
welcome
did not
distraction.
solve that
Oh,
case.
my manners.
So
I am
what is this guy
Werner
talking
Vogel,
about?
art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Codona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
I want to know.
Does your gallery feature more than just portraiture?
Oh, of course. We display landscapes, sculpture, modern pieces too. I am sure we have something that will move you. You must stop by.
Only music moves me, I'm afraid.
Then you have simply not found your artist yet. Someone whose work hits you in your core. You're still young. I am sure we'll find them.
Maybe. Maybe not. More importantly, the actual reason we're talking.
How did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was an estate sale. All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect
Smooth
your whim is what I'm here
segues.
for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed. I'd heard otherwise.
Otherwise than consumption.
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police
Strain?
investigation, but Cordona is a
Game?
notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well, I shall intrude no longer. I'll leave you to your
Man, that was
pleasure.
such a well-animated
Do
scene.
stop
I'm
by
so
the
glad you
gallery
all
if
could
your
see
travels
that.
permit. Farewell.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps
Excuse me one second. Okay. Well, that was a bit strange, but let's move on. Okay, we know about the painting, we know our memories of the funeral, we need to check the archives. To find out why Mama Holmes is dead, truly. Lots of running in these games. Is this the direction to the exit? I really hope it is, otherwise I'm gonna feel quite foolish. Got anything of consequence over in this direction? Where is this vaunted police station? Here we are. This is where we need to go. It looks like quite a walk. I really hope there's another carriage around somewhere. T. Gilden. Who's T. Gilden? I wouldn't put that name there if it wasn't gonna come up at some point. Is there a fast travel system? Add your own marks for other situations. All these marks can be seen on the compass when you're in. How's it going so far? The game's going alright. I'm still having the issue where I occasionally just miss stuff, but things are moving smoother than they were yesterday at the very least, so that's good. Okay, Kura, see you around. Yeah, we're going to head over to the Cordona Police Department now to look through records, because apparently there is some question as to whether our mother died of natural causes or not. Shocking, I know. This mystery game has a mystery we need to solve. Approach is an important point. Chemical disguise, gossip, imagination, investigation. Nothing about fast travel in here. Guess we just head forwards. Having some sleep problems, are we? Yes, a carriage. Excuse me?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Don't take it personally, sir. But I know nothing about this.
Can I not take this cat? Why would you put it here if I can't take it? That's so rude. Is a knitter, Oh, I'm going entirely the wrong way. Game, I specifically checked the map before we went out, excuse me, kids. Just to avoid that happening. I mean, at least this isn't like Breath of the Wild where we have a finite stamina counter. That would be absolutely unbearable. Conspicuous wooden staircase. Sir? Man, this game is so depressing sometimes. Didn't even give us anything to do with that. Yeah, just keep on trucking, I guess. There is nothing in that direction, so we cut down this way. Okay, we have a new fast travel point. Okay, so we can fast travel from anywhere, but we need to find the fast travel points before we can use them. It's mildly obnoxious. Wait, there's a newsboy?
Extra! Extra! Murderer on the loose! A reward offered for any information as to Mr. Galici's whereabouts!
That's an interesting subject I have interest in.
The cheapest news on the island. Thank you.
A noble with a taste for the occult got more than she bargained for after a visit to a spiritualist. Her own death. Luca Gallici, the famous medium, is wanted for the strangulation of a woman at Il Palazzo de Lusso last night. The investigating officer said that the crime appears to be a consequence of a theft carried out during Mr. Gallici's seance. In an unlikely development, the investigation was initiated not by the police but by another guest at the hotel, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Staff locked the spiritualist in a hotel room while waiting the authorities, but the man somehow managed to escape. A reward has been offered for any information as to Mr. Gallici's whereabouts. Fascinating, truly. Okay, now back to the U. Look interesting. Drinks and smokes, he'll be in the grave before long. That is not my problem. London route to the Isle of Clanza. I don't know what I should be focusing on as potential future foreshadowing and what I shouldn't. Am I? Game, I just looked at this. You can stop showing it to me now. Okay, we just keep going forward. We were so distracted I hadn't even thought to comment. There's this little shanty town, like, not that far a walk from the... Excuse me, kid. You're so small, I can't see
May I
you.
ask for your assistance?
I have a question too. Who looks an idiot in his fancy clothes? It's you!
Okay, I'm not sorry anymore. You and your rotten teeth and your $40 haircut. It's not much further. Once we get there, we'll unlock a fast travel point. We'll never have to do this again. Just on the far side of this rickety, incredibly unsafe-looking bridge. That's a relief. Rickshaw has nothing for us. This carriage is full of hay bales in case we ever need to jump off of something. And now the compass rose is over here for some reason. Running. Okay, there is a fast travel point directly at the police station. That is good.
Stark do this, Stark do that. I'm not a clerk, damn it. How am I supposed to get those records now? Yes? What is it? Would you like to report a crime?
No, I wouldn't. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I want to use the police archives.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm serious.
So am I. Officer Logan locked himself inside and he's not letting anyone in.
Stark and Logan.
What happened exactly?
A tailoress from Scaladio's been robbed. Logan spent 2 whole days at the shop sketching the thief, and she still insists that it's all wrong. That shrew drove him up the wall, she did.
But why the archives? Won't that stall everyone's work?
You bet it will. He's looking up all the thieves in Cordona over the past decade. Say one thing for Logan. He's persistent.
That's certainly one word for it.
Would you mind if I talk to this tailoress? I could get you the sketch in no time.
Get off your high horse, mister. You think you're better than our sketch artist?
Yes.
Actually, I'm quite certain I am. Let me prove it.
Well, I see no harm in it, as long as it gets Logan out of there. In fact, I need to look up some records too. Here's the address. Good luck.
Alright, new case. So we're going to disguise ourselves as the thief in order to provide a better option than a sketch. Or if you'd prefer... thief around the intersection of Knights Road and Trinity Way in Scaladio.
Sorry, I'm busy now.
So we can just walk on in now.
I'm working. She wants a proper sketch. I'll make her a proper bloody sketch.
Okay, so we gotta investigate the case first before we do anything. Which like in real life. Alright, what do we need to do? The intersection of Knights Road and Trinity Way. Doyle Basket... Knights Road. Adler, Thunder Harbor. Knights Road, Knights Road. Here it is. Alright, let's get out of this crazy place. We can just walk on in here.
Is this familiar to you?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
Thanks to his incredible detective skills, Sherlock can tell that this sergeant is in fact a sergeant. And lock-on system's a bit wonky. That guy's got a bug, that's nice. Yeah, dog. This is the jails. Here's the exit. It's the evidence room. It's important to get a lay of the land. Yeah, the chief inspector's the only person here with the good sense to keep his room locked. Alright, time to go back to investigating. Alright, show of hands, who thinks this one is also going to end with us discovering a Moira? Move it, kids. The atelier. Atelier Nini, Alchemists of Cordona. That sounds like it could be a real game, actually. Much further. Not much further. Here's the police wagon. Alright, initiate case.
I'm pleased to meet you, Ma'am. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm here to sketch the thief for the police investigation.
Oh, another one. I hope you'll be more patient than the previous sketches, Signore.
I suggest we do it differently. You have a great many clothes here, haven't you?
Why, of course, but they're not for sale. I only do tailoring and mending.
No matter. I'll attempt to disguise myself as the thief, and you'll tell me if I get it right.
As you wish, Signor Holmes.
Can you describe the thief for me?
He was all ugly and beat up looking. An utter rascal if ever I'd seen one. He gave me a nasty look from behind his glasses and then made himself scarce.
And that's it? Could you be more specific?
He was a total villain, I told you. How much more specific do you want me to be?
All right, never mind. Where can I find the clothes?
They're in my workshop at the back. Be careful, won't you?
Okay, so he's beat up and he wears glasses. We'll just have to work with it.
What can I do for you, Sherlock?
Not much, considering that you don't have any arms, really. Just gonna loot this place. It may be a Sherlock Holmes game, but it's still a game. And nothing to do with the yarn balls. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum.
Look at this old chap putting on airs like some Italian doge. Why don't you disguise yourself as him instead?
Not a word,
We have a
chat.
job to do, John.
Not a word.
Come on, at least do him first.
Alright, fine. Ugly beige suit. The worst suit in the game. Just awful. You understand, of course, that I need to wear this the entire game now. Look, see, we match. No hat, respect the quiff. Bowler hat, Watson your head. Police cap, copper topper. Men's fez. It's fez. I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool. And the top hat for fans of tautology. This is good, actually. Okay, he's wearing no glasses. He has mutton chops, though. Facial hair for the too confident. I love all of these. Why did they make him so pretty? Look at him. Look, you look me dead in the eyes and tell me you wouldn't kiss that face. And now I think that's an old man makeup job. we go. Think we've got it. Can I... An old man with sideburns wearing a white suit. Okay, so they're just gonna tell me. Hey, straight up. Well, now that we've got our President Lincoln cosplay on, let's see how the game reacts.
No, signore. That hat is wrong. I told you it was a regular bowler.
You didn't tell me it was a bowler.
But I did. You ought to pay more attention, signore.
What can I do for you, Sherlock? What can I do for you, Sherlock?
Alright, what am I not seeing here? A white suit, huh? But I like the ugly beige suit. Is that really the biggest problem we had right now?
Uncle Giovanni? Oh, signore! You look exactly like my uncle. He's the grandson of the Doge of Venice, you know.
Not a word, chat.
You reminded me of someone. You are as alike as two peas. Perhaps you have some royal blood in you, too.
That is flattering, I suppose, but I sincerely doubt it, Mum.
I told you he's a doge. Now that's a deduction.
He's not an actual doge.
If you say so, my lord, the doge.
Stop it! Stop it! You shut your face. You need to put on some fake bruises and a... Okay, he was beaten up, wearing glasses and a bowler. And he looked... like a criminal. Is that sufficiently villainous? I wonder. I wonder.
Your face is too innocent now.
What do you mean, too innocent?
There was something evil about his face. Like a mustache. Yes, the kind that all villains twirl as they plot their evil plans.
I'd say that not all villains wear moustaches, but I get your point, Mom.
Okay, so we need a Waluigi mustache. Got it.
No, those clothes are wrong. He was dressed in a very fancy beige suit.
God.
Must have stolen it from someone. No doubt about it.
All right, I've got it.
I told you it was the beige suit. Why didn't you listen to me? I can't change clothes in front of people. Much like in real life. Look, I get it. We aren't all confident in our bodies. It's fine. Okay.
Ah, it's you. I mean, it's him. It's him.
We did
Excellent.
it.
Now I can make a sketch and take it to the police.
Yes, please do. That rascal is still on the loose. I hope they are better at catching than sketching.
Before I go, Mum, are you quite certain that you don't have any clothes to sell?
Well, I suppose you can take the police uniform. An officer forgot it here years ago, and I don't have any use for it. If you want to buy clothes, visit the outfitters. You can find them all over Codorna. I hear they even do free rentals now. Let me show you where the nearest one is.
Thank you very much.
Right, what do we have to show for that? A police uniform, or modern day outfits. Oh, I also have a bunch of pre-order stuff because I pre-ordered the deluxe edition the day it came out. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. And we have a vampire getup. Top of the morning to oi buns. Got a Slavic gangster's outfit. Is that a Slavic gangster's outfit? I don't know. This looks... It's got a waistcoat and a tie. That's not fancy dress. No glasses, no mustaches. We can just be a vampire. This game is funny sometimes.
What can I do for you, Sherlock?
Hold on. Now back to the police station. Watch yourself, kid.
Hello again, officer. I've spoken to the tailoress and made a sketch of the thief. It was child's play.
No, really? And she didn't give you any trouble?
No trouble at all. She was quite tolerable.
Huh. Who would have thought? Hey, Logan, we've got the sketch. Come on out.
Can I use the archives now?
Well, they're generally not accessible to the public. But you really helped us out, so I'll just turn a blind eye.
I appreciate it, officer.
What did you say your name was? Holmes? Come and see me after you're done. I may have a proposition for you, Mr. Holmes.
Right. We did a plot. Or rather, we did side quests, now it's time to do plot. Such is the way of the video game. It's hitting you, buddy. Poor guy. He's just a nameless NPC, so I can't interact with him, though. John will yell at me if I even try. There's a police investigation, so we should be looking at crimes. Ranceray. All I found in the archive was an empty folder labeled thusly: Case of Violet Holmes, April 9th, 1869, Stonewood Manor, Grand Surrey. There are no documents inside at all. It seems that there really was a police investigation, yet all the case files are missing. Fascinating. My god, I can see time!
John, I just recalled that we were living here on Cordona, in a manor. And there was a policeman.
Really? What else do you remember? What happened to our mother?
The memory was vague, a mere flash. I have to find our house.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
And now we know why Holmes took up cocaine in his later years. Okay, find our house. Find our house. Stonewood Manor must be located in Grand Surrey. Outside a glimpse of a bridge and a church on a hill. The manor must be somewhere nearby. Can be found here.
Could you help me?
I'd tell you if I knew, but unfortunately, I don't.
Who are you? You know, there's a So they are just letting anyone who wants come in here. I'm not special at all. Okay, now, gotta talk to
I'm
somebody.
done with the archives for now. Can I help you with anything else?
As a matter of fact, you can. The thing is, our chief inspector has vanished, as if we weren't undermanned enough as it is.
We knew
Wait,
this
what do you
already.
mean vanished?
Gone missing on a case. Shady business, but that's besides the point. See that board? Pending cases are posted there for any available officers to investigate. I would take them myself, except that I've been told to work the reception desk, like some clerk. Yes, we're that short-handed.
I understand your predicament, but what does any of it have to do with me? I may be available, but I'm certainly not an officer.
Oh, don't worry about it. Consider yourself a temporary one-man independent police force. That's a bit of a mouthful. There's just one small, minor basic formality. You'll need to complete our physical training course. Easy.
Well, I'm not one to balk at a spot of exercise. What must I do?
That's the spirit. Sergeant Ermy will show you the ropes. Follow me.
Must I?
So, you're a newcomer. We must be desperate to ask untrained civilians for help.
You're lucky to have a well-trained civilian with a brand new auto pistol in his arsenal.
An automatic? A bit of a braggart, aren't you?
Are you trying to test me already?
That is why you're here, boy. I need to verify your skills before I can allow you to catch criminals. The first targets are in the next room. You know what to do with them. I'll join you in a while to see the results.
Sergeant Ermy. He was in the war.
Concentrate, Sherry. You need to hit every target to show the sergeant how we do it.
Boy. Well. Don't embarrass myself. For Sherlock's neutral special, he wields a gun.
Hooray!
Proceed to the next room. Meanwhile, I'll fill out the paperwork.
Okay.
All right, let's move on, Sherry. Come on, Sherry, it's just like in childhood. Come on, Sherry, it's just like in childhood.
Left control to toggle between space to roll.
Steady, Sherry. Steady. And go. My favourite mannequins for attack. Let's strike them ninja style. Aim for where you might take advantage and don't forget the environment.
Okay, and we have environmental effects.
I could do this all day.
Please don't, Sherry. We don't have that much time. Let's move on. Our enemies might be stronger than us, but we rely on our wits. Shoot off their armor.
Always save helmets for last. Got it.
Hooray!
All right, let's move on, Sherry. If you stand here and use your snuff box on them, you can definitely overcome them, Sherry. It's all calculated.
Press X to blow snuff in their eyes.
Look at that helmet of his. You won't be able to get the powder past it.
Helpful advice, John. I would never have guessed.
Good job, new boy. Well, I'm almost finished with the paperwork. Let's talk about your results.
Uh-oh, Sherry. Not a nice shot. You could have killed the fella if he was alive.
Murder is bad, even if it's a shooting game.
Well, I must say your results aren't as bad as I feared. Perhaps you're not completely hopeless, but true combat is quite different from shooting stationary targets.
I'll handle it just as easily.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, we'll test you against our men. Your task is to detain them, not to kill them. So don't go shooting anyone in the eye. That goes for in the field as well. Even though you'll be working with the police department, that doesn't mean you have a license to kill.
But you're just going to take
They
the
are blank
risk, I'll do it
rounds.
anyway.
So, are you ready?
Always ready.
Then let's get
Lice
cracking.
can kill people too, you know. They still shoot
Not at all. I can hit them all with one shot.
Good luck, Sherry, and remember, the surroundings are your playground.
I'm coming.
I couldn't miss the party.
You didn't warn me there were gonna be.
I'm coming.
Weaken him first.
I couldn't miss the party.
Terribly sorry. Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
Slapped him in the
The
face.
snuff's ready.
Dodge this!
Overcome him, don't...
I'm coming.
It won't work this way.
Why
I
not?
couldn't miss the party.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
You wanna play it like that, do ya? Where's the...
I am invincible.
See, you've got a face thing, do
I'm
ya?
coming.
You can overcome the brute now.
Man,
I couldn't
was-
miss the party.
It won't work this way.
I'm coming.
Too simple.
Discombobulate. Obligatory.
That's enough. You've proved yourself. Rests. I can't believe you did so well with the close combat.
Neither can I,
did tell
buddy.
you that I'm well trained.
Neither can I.
Do the same on the street, and you'll be well rewarded for every arrest you make. Here is your certificate. You are now an authorized crime scene consultant. Well, it's now your duty to make this city a safer place. Cordona won't ever forget it, but at the same time, it will never remember. I'll tell Stark all the necessary details about your successful certification. Congratulations.
Now you're a certified crime scene consultant. Congratulations.
A sort of
you, my
consulting
friend.
detective, if you
Now,
will.
Shall we head for Stonewood Manor?
Don't know. You have the whole island to investigate. It's all up to you.
Okay, so... A bandit lair. Oh god, yeah, I saw these in the pre-release. This is just... This is literally just... Okay, why isn't the chatbot... Hold on one second. I'm grotesquely unprepared for the job I have assigned myself. I feel quite foolish for it, don't you worry. There we go. There we go. I'm a professional. Okay. Well, that was a waste of your time and mine. Alright, we were in there until the middle of the night. Grand Saray, Bridge, Church on a Hill. And we have new evidence. I picked up on this, like, immediately after I stopped streaming yesterday. Why is John being our imaginary friend in our evidence list? That's quite disconcerting. Grand Saray is down here. The Palazzo, Trader's Alley. So we're looking for a bridge with a church nearby. That's interesting. Okay, do we want to go to a bandit lair and try to figure out if I can get better at combat, or we do want to head straight over and do more plot? I'm not sure. I'm feeling more plot. Nearest fast travel point is over here. A news kiosk somewhere around here where we can keep up with our own magnifique.
All the newspapers are sold out.
Clearly. Welp. It's a clothing trader here.
Come, take a look at our clothes and accessories. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
You tell me things. Become a bureaucrat. the white suit, an Ottoman outfit, the vest is yet to come. Merchant, what are you boyin'? Criminal, marine. I'm an adult. Worker, female Ottoman, casual, windcoat, scatterbrain scientist, body armor, traditional Ukrainian outfit. Okay. As much as I like the weird quirky outfits, my gut is to go for potential disguises first. So let's get a merchant's outfit. Let's get a criminal's outfit. Let's get a seaman's outfit. Let's get seamen all over our clothes. Just for the sake of it. It can be a pirate. You don't need a look. I'm Sherlock Holmes. Get some glasses. Get a mask. A hairy mouth moat. An Amish beard. Some stubble. Sideburns. Beard. Mustache. Be old. Be a woman with a mustache. Freak bruises. Scars. Okay, I'm feeling it.
A perfect choice.
But I feel foolish actually wearing all this. So I'm going to change back to normal now. Okay, and it didn't even cost us all that much.
Simply the best garments on the island.
I'll take your word for it. Now, back to this place. I really hope I was right about being our home, or I'm going to feel very foolish. Just an ad for the place you already are. It's a yacht club. No word on whether there's any games there. Okay, up Souls Road, down Silent Way, and we should pass right by it. God, if you're listening, please let me run into some fast travel points along the way. The initial exploration is always the least pleasant part. Okay, here's a church. On the right street. Now we just gotta run like the Dickens. That's unnecessarily creepy. So many NPCs, nothing to do with them. Just keep running, just keep running, just keep running, just keep running. Just keep running, just keep running, just keep running, just keep running. Ordinarily, I'd like to fill these sorts of long pauses and silences with, like, you know, talk about the game, but honestly, we're early on enough in that I don't really have any evidence to work with in terms of the main plot. Okay, the way into this building that I really hope is the right place should be around here. Up the stairs. Here we are. I was right, I'm a genius. And you would not believe your eyes if 10,000 fireflies lit up the world while we went home. Front entrance is over here. This guy's selling gold sculptures of cartoon anime poo. There yet? Over there. Oh. Well, here we are, Stonewood Manor.
Hey, Sherry, there's post here, and it seems as if the letter was delivered recently.
My brother Mycroft's letter. Sherlock, I hope this letter does not reach you, for it would mean you have committed to your absurd flight of fancy. The past is the past. To expend any more time and energy retreading one's steps is at best childish indulgence and at worst pathological weakness. Consumption is an ugly end, and you were better off for not witnessing it despite all your protestations. One presumes by now you have visited our mother's final resting place. I trust this has satisfied your impetuous impulses and frees you to return to London at once. It is time to turn your back on what was and help to shape what could be. The nation needs you. Mycroft.
After reading that, I am even less eager to return home than before. Let's investigate our manor.
That's the Mycroft I know. Predictable.
Alright, we're getting more pieces, but none of them move together.
There she is. Our old manor. It's smaller than I remember.
You were a couple of feet shorter back then, Sherry. Or maybe it's bigger on the inside.
Go inside, or do we...
The ash all over the door.
Well, that answers... Okay,
I
then.
don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier. Perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Take a look around, Sherlock. I'm sure you'll discover something.
Yeah, there's no welcome mat. There goes my first solution. If I were an old man named Holmes who raised Sherlock Holmes and Mycroft Holmes, where would I leave my house key?
I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest.
Hello, Vega. Thank you for showing up.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
We're investigating our old ancestral mansion for clues because apparently there's something slightly shady about our mother's death. That's the plot thus far.
An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief.
Right now we're looking at Wooden Joe. Last poor Wooden Joe, I knew him, Horatio.
And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass, oh, very precious. Funny, Wooden Joe reminds me of the trouble we once got in with the police. Do you remember, John?
Somewhat. Maybe we can recall more details.
Okay, what are you talking about? The policeman in front of our manor.
The policeman brought us both home, John. That's why he was here.
I'm pretty sure he brought something else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky. It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
We get a game, you're building up to a lockpicking
It was
minigame, just
Mycroft.
pull the
He
trigger
smoothed
already.
things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother.
Mycroft
Mycroft
wasn't
happy about the fact that we were arrested.
When is
Felt like
he?
He lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Oh, yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Oh, that's right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world.
Oh god, Sherlock, so you're developing a white space.
Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet up, I'll be happy. Maybe a chaise longue.
Aha! In we go.
Home sweet
I'm
home,
enjoying it
Sherry.
so far, Vega. This game is really cool, even if I'm very, very bad at the shooting segments that there are for some reason. Okay, nothing to be found in here. So, question of the hour. What is there? We've been instructed that a public auction will take place on 20th of July at Stonewood Manor. The lots have been selected from the finest pieces of property owned by the Holmes family and have been evaluated by experts. Their authenticity is confirmed.
And I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say?
And the obligatory decorating minigame.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Okay, nothing in this room. something on this table. Tragedy at Stonewood Manor. Mrs. Violet Holmes, widow of Sidra Moreland Holmes, died unexpectedly in her home yesterday, April 9th, 1869. She is survived by her 2 sons, aged 20 and 10, though it is unclear if they will remain at Stonewood Manor. Mrs. Holmes purchased the property only a year ago. Despite her feeble constitution of body so ravaged by consumption, Mrs. Holmes was quickly welcomed into Cordona's elite. In her high vocation, she had, in addition to the deep intuitions of a gifted woman, the strength of a man, the conscientiousness of a sage, and the wit of a satirist. A specialist in ancient objects, she became an authority on authenticity. A potential motive. Police conducted an investigation upon arrival at the manor, but have not released further details. Cause of death is unknown.
Something did happen that day, but no one can tell us the details. How can that be?
Agreed. It's rather suspicious.
And its curtain is actually just painted on.
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it? Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it? One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like deja vu.
Okay.
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor.
Righty-ho, then. I believe there's about the limitation of what we're going to find here on the first floor. So let's head upstairs and see if we don't find something that'll trigger some plot.
I think our family portrait used to hang here.
When in doubt, go right.
This book, where I kept my collection of coins, it used to be bigger.
Letter from Mycroft. Little brother, you claimed you were bored and wanted to play a game. Well, I've created one that should hold your attention as well as teach you a thing or two about the world. I borrowed some of your precious coin collection, and I've hidden each one in a discreet place around the island. Oh, you are trying so hard. You will have noticed the symbol drawn in this letter, and the attached map. Your mission is to search the marked locations for the same symbol. Near each you will find a metal tube that contains a hint to help you recover one of your coins. Retrieve them all, tell me what you've learned. I'm eager to see how fast you can solve my little puzzles. Mycroft.
Oh, no. We won't let this stand, right, Sherry? I want to find my coins.
It's going to be difficult. The sands of time, you know? Some things may have changed, but you're right. We can't let Mycroft win.
Hid. Started by my father, later extended by me. I left Cordona. I now remember how angry I was about that. Mycroft left a map. Each location needed a clue with further directions. To find the clue, we should
I heard footsteps upstairs a second ago. Wait, do we have an attic here?
Don't tell me this door also won't be opening.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Man, that is a dirty mirror. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
A painted on door. The painted on curtain.
Have to catch 'em all, right?
That's not what the subtitle said. Deliver the line properly, John. We all know what you were doing.
I heard footsteps upstairs a second ago. Wait, do we have an attic here?
Nothing left to do but keep searching the manor.
Mycroft's umbrella. The only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange. I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning. Mycroft's umbrella. The only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Okay, what do we do now?
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Here we go. There we go.
This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
So she was in a wheelchair. That does impact more than you might think from a mystery perspective.
There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft. Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination?
And logic would dictate. Hat goes there. open the bags. Is it?
Your neighbors will be told that Mrs. Holmes is suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
Thank you, Dr. Richter. No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs. Go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
You mean she didn't die of the sickness that would leave us with no plot progression? The last person to arrive was the doctor, Otto Richter, who said that the neighbors will believe that Violet has tuberculosis. Sherry just realized that he never heard her coughing. The plot thickens.
Oh, I feel dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you alright?
I'll be okay in a minute. How about we find our room in the meantime?
Okay, I know I just cracked an Amori joke a few seconds ago, but that bit where we, like, dealt with some repressed memories and the room immediately started flooding with red light. Kinda feel like I blew my shot a bit early. Somewhere upstairs. Looks like this door is the one that opened.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Right, here we go.
Look at this. It's like traveling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying. Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets. Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we?
Torn ear, scary teeth, short tail.
I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch.
This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Alright, what was in here that was so important we had to go through a minigame to get in?
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
It's interesting how almost every adaptation of Sherlock Holmes that gives literally any attention to his backstory or childhood or anything just takes for granted that he was born as a detective and never had any other hobbies or interests. I mean, it's not untrue to canon, but it's an interesting decision.
The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favorite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure.
So Mrs. Holmes did have enemies.
Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
News papier.
Interesting. What's that over there? This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
The only fiction book on my table. I can still hear my mother reading it to me. So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana. A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people?
Yes, John, for spying on people. I'm a detective, that's 90% of my job.
Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place.
The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity.
Looks like everything in here. So, where's that doorknob go? Never mind, John needs attention first.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes. We visited him several times while living here.
New Mind Palace clue. Sorry. I did not expect... I honestly didn't expect we'd start making progress this early on. There are no records about my mother's death, but I do recall an old family friend we had here in Cordona, an eccentric man named Theodore Gilden. He was missing the little finger of his right hand, and if he still lives here, he may be able to shed some light on our passing. He used to live in one of the neighboring houses near the Greek bridge, and he had a gas balloon in his yard.
Wasn't that neighbour missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate. This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Hidden stuff, hidden stuff. Something... Can I open the drawers? Nope.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
No,
These must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we?
The scary teeth were really the clincher in that case. Never would have been able to find a dog if we didn't know he had teeth. What am I not seeing here? I'll come back for it later.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
There you are.
Perfect match. My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again. Made of cherry wood, father's favorite. Still has a faint odor of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home.
The pipe of Sidra Holmes. A small straight smoking pipe made of cherry wood that belonged to Sherry's late father, Sidra Holmes. We had to hide it from Violet as she didn't know we stole it from his cabinet in London. The wood is old, its surface worn from frequent use, but it has been well maintained. A faint scent of tobacco lingers.
I knew you'd find it in no time.
Near the Greek bridge with a gas balloon. Somewhere around here, presumably on this side of the island. Go around the long way because I have no sense of direction. Head downstairs and look for our mysterious neighbor. Oh, there's a... These children just manifest out of nowhere, I swear. That kid stole my balloon. I did notice... I think last stream, I did notice a... What was his name? I would have kept the guy's name. A T. Gilden, like, sign.
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
Excuse me. Hides a gun, but he's nice, so it's okay. This is Gilden's place. My question is how I get in. The answer is probably by just circling around until we find the front door. Go.
What's up? Nice to see you.
What's happened? Where is it?
It's as if a storm went through here.
That's quite concerning.
Destruction and trampled ground.
Oh man.
He was certainly under pressure.
John, that doesn't even make sense as a joke. That song hasn't been written yet, and I don't understand any other way that could...
Contortionist you were not.
...be a joke.
Disjointed vertebrae. Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off.
Okay.
A belt from a dressing gown. Curious.
It's tied kind of around his waist. Was he dragged by something?
A kneecap reduced to splinters.
And fingertips. Well, I just had it. There you are.
A missing pinky. Middle-aged. It's none other than Theodore Gilden.
Oh boy, Sherlock. Another death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police. An amount of attention that most can only dream of.
The injuries are all across his body, so it's unlikely this was the action of a human culprit directly. Yeah, took multiple heavy beatings, multiple injuries, eventually proved fatal. That belt around his waist makes me think as a first impulse that he was probably tied up and dragged by something, perhaps using this chain.
A strong pull broke this leash.
And of course, the most important question is why would anybody go to such a convoluted way of committing a murder?
A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact.
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless. Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence. This photograph can help us find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
True. We may need it in our investigation.
Okay, there's a starting position, which means it's almost certainly not true. It can't possibly be that easy. Okay, the newspaper as home. Here. Anything else to be found? Well, there's a lot of some nice melons.
A royal suite for a favorite pet.
Plenty of food to satisfy even the most fastidious.
I still can't go inside the victim's actual home. That's upsetting. What have we here?
A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship. A sailor's knife, useful for cutting wet and thick ropes.
Why is it always sailors in these sorts of stories? I ask of you.
It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding.
Grinding. Would a knife like that be sharp enough to cut through a chain with sustained effort? My gut says no, but weirder things have happened.
Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
Nowhere near where the elephant supposedly was. Yeah, that's a thing from Sherlock Holmes and from just the general time fiction of the time period generally. Sailors always show up as suspects. And they're usually guilty. Okay, I believe that we have now... Never ye mind, there's a chance to reconstruct events. Alright, what are we looking for? I don't know if this is what the game wants me to do, but it's what I'm going to do. When in doubt, look for a human culprit first. I don't know if that logic applies in real life, but it definitely applies in fiction. It doesn't even make sense.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Stop yelling at me, John. Alright, what here am I not seeing?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Maybe I just don't have enough evidence for this yet. Must go to newspaper. Must obtain.
All the newspapers are sold out.
I mean, obviously. By beer. Here we are at the news people's house.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or nosebagger spurns local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
So, interesting. The way she was talking about, like, you know, oh, the tools of a journalist are scandal and drama, that... I mean, that's a fairly
I'll be right
obvious
here.
bit of, you know, like, critique of the journalistic practice, but what she said about Sherlock's tale needing to be told, I don't think anyone at Frogwares would disagree with that. And she is helping us, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of her yet. About 10 years ago. Front page story written by a science journalist. Front page. The Lord of All Beasts, written by Dr. Ian Menzies. Only a lucky few can claim to have beheld this planet's strangest and most wonderful fellow, the elephant. Said to be land's largest animal, this colossal yet friendly creature enchants all with its size, intelligence, and communication. Elephants are mammals just like humans and originate in Asia and Africa. Despite feet that reach 18 to 25 inches in adult males, the elephant is surprisingly agile and, in concert with its prehensile trunk, can perform feats of remarkable dexterity.
That's the article. Feeling old already?
Okay, what did that get us? I guess we do just have to go back to Gilden's yard. Wish there were a closer fast travel point. Guys, you know what? I have been streaming for a good long while, and I don't look forward to forcing you to watch me go through another long walk. Would anybody be particularly upset if I called the stream here? I ask that, but it's not like any of you actually get a say in the matter. It was a bit of a slower episode than last time, but I have still been enjoying this game so far. I mean, any game that lets you look up Sherlock Holmes' nose is good in my book. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream here, walk all the way back to that house off camera, save again, and on Tuesday we will resume our gameplay. Thank you all for coming over and spending time with me today. The game stops capturing audio every time I click out. There's not really anything I can do about that. Thank you all for coming. I'm very glad you all have been enjoying my playthrough thus far. And I am going to go awkwardly quiet for a few minutes because I'm looking for somebody to raid. Let's see, who is live and small? Let's see, Di, what are you up to?
Making tea is extremely easy, extremely fast, and added benefit, when you make tea like this, it doesn't get bitter like you would do for a lot of types of tea brewing, because what makes tea bitter is called tannins, and tannins does not get extracted in quick brews like this. So this is already, see, it's only been like, 10 seconds or this is already done brewing. I can just pour it out. It's done. You can just drink. apid brews.
Let's see.
Like instant tea almost in a way, but you just keep reinfusing this same little bit of tea for however long you want to get the flavor out of. I do 2 liters of liquid out of this 5 grams, and I'll swap that out for.
Chat, any y'all interested in tea?
I put it through the strainer. I think I did at least.
Yeah, I've made up my mind. We're going to be reading Dai's treatment of VT, who is currently doing a hand can stream, demonstrating how to make tea.
So that was only like a.
That sounds interesting. Please be as nice to him as you were for me when we arrive.
Compared to if you
Thank you all for spending time with me
you might not
today.
necessarily even get colored as good. and
Goodbye,
flavor
everybody.
either.
It
And
was
like
a
I
pleasure
said,
talking to
you.
you.
Also, don't get a tannins extracted. So like.